Greetings, Arsenal Future Heights. How you doing? Good afternoon to you. Yeah, you're here for another day. We're here for another day. You're here. We're here for another day. This is just a quick preview show. We're not at full throttle because as I mentioned in my previous post, first time I posted for about 9 months on this channel. We've had some illnesses, some serious illnesses. Well, one serious illness and one serious injury to a couple of members of our team at the same time. So, we've not posted for a long time, but they're getting better now. One's almost got to better. The other one's still, he's got issues, but he'll definitely recover. Doctors said they will recover, but we're gonna just keep going. We're gonna move on because, we don't want it to get to like a year without us posting. So we want to keep you guys informed and let you guys know that we're still around. But it's the season started, a new season started, and we're playing probably our biggest fixture of the season, our first game, and it's away from home as well. It's up at Old Trafford against Manchester United, the old foe. Some would say the old enemy, of course. But yeah, so I'm just here to give you a little synopsis and a little preview of the match. Manchester United have strengthened quite well. They've strengthened quite well. They brought in some new players. They brought in Benjamin Sesko, the player that Arsenal wanted to sign, actually, because we were linked with him for a very long time. Uh, but a lot of the fans, there was a bit of an outcry because the fans wanted somebody a bit more established, and so so we wanted either Alexander Isak, or I'll call him Isak, but Alexander Isak, or we wanted Benjamin Sesko. Those are or even Victor Osimhen. But I think when it came down to it all, we thought that Victor Gokores would have been the best target, and went out and got him for me a very, very good price because we didn't even pay. It didn't even get to £70 million. It was about, I think, £63 million including add-ons. So our new sporting director, Andrea Berto, has done quite well. And I've not even spoken about him because when he came, that was during our time when we were off. So there will come a time down in the season when I'll talk about him. We'll do a post about Andrea Berta and how he improves us in the place of Edu, who's a legend at Arsenal. But he screwed up a lot of the deals for us. But Berta's come. He's more professional. He's a lot more experienced. He's managed he's worked at the highest level with the likes of AC Milan and Atletico Madrid and so on. And now he's at Arsenal. So Berta helped us to nab Gokares, and so we're very happy with him. And so Manchester United, as well as Cisco, they've got in Brian and Bremo, and they've got in also Mateus Cunha from Wolverhampton Wanderers, another player that Arsenal linked with at the start of the summer transfer window. But he went to Manchester United. I think we kind of pulled out, and then he was Manchester United. But it goes to show you the power of Manchester United because even though they're not in Europe, they can still attract these kind of players, and they're not being very good for a long time. Manchester United have been very poor for maybe about a good, 12 years since Ferguson left. They've not been the same club and the same team. So, but they can still, attract players of this caliber. So it goes to show you that how good they are and how big, how powerful they are, you know. But we've got some players as well. We've got Martin Zubimendi, we bought from Real Sociedad, as well as we made about 6 signings. I mentioned those on my stream yesterday. So you could go back to the stream we made yesterday and you see that we mentioned some of those names. And we're going to mention them more down the line, how they benefit us and how they don't benefit us. Because we're going to try and be balanced. I'm on this high road there now, and I'm just looking around because the scenery is so beautiful, and so on. But we're here to, of course, talk about this game. Personally, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I'm not so sure because I thought that we were going to get Rodrigo and Eze. It looks as though Eze is going to go to Tottenham, and Rodrigo's been lined up to go to Manchester City. But we're still in for Rodrigo. So Rodrigo's still a possibility, but it looks as though we're going to lose Eze, which is a shame because he used to play for Arsenal as a youth player. He came through our youth ranks, and he's a big Arsenal fan as well. And he wanted so much to play for Arsenal. I even heard that somebody who source close to him said that if he left Crystal Palace, he'll not leave Crystal Palace to come to Arsenal. But now Arsenal don't look as though they want him because we want a left-sided player. We want a left winger because Martinelli has been average in the last couple of seasons, and so Spurs need him more than we do because uh, Madison's out for the season, I heard, and so on, and also Song's left. So I think Spurs, he's more suited to Spurs at this moment in time. We could just go into Spurs and take a you get into starting lineup. With Arsenal, it's a bit because Arteta loves Odegaard, even though Odegaard hasn't been playing well for a while. He likes Odegaard, and of course, he's not really a winger. Eze is more of a central player. He's better. He operates better as a number 8 or an attacking 8 or as a number 10, and so that's why he might be better suited to play for Spurs instead of Arsenal. You know, so it looks as though we're going to lose out to Eze. But as long as we get Rodrigo, if we can't get Rodrigo, Leao is another player that I wouldn't mind Arsenal signing. If we get Leao, Rafael Leao from AC Milan, that would be a very good signing. I wouldn't mind that at all. That would be very good for Arsenal if we could get him. Or even Lookman, who plays for Atlanta in Italy. You know, I always get mixed up. Atlanta. It's Atalanta, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, he used to play for Everton and Fulham. Good player. I prefer, of course, Rodrigo because he's Champions League seasoned. But anyway, but the game for me will be a 1-1 draw. I'm getting a bit carried away with the signings because I've not posted for so long, so sometimes we can get sidetracked with the topics. But I think you guys understand what because when we get into it, sometimes we could stray a bit. But yeah, but the game will be a 1-1 draw in my opinion. I think it'll be a 1-1 draw. We could win it. I'm not saying that we can't win it. We could win it if we go up there and we play well. We don't tend to do well up there though. Even when the other time we done well up there is when we had the Invincibles team, and even then we sometimes went up there and lost. But around the Wenger era, we were quite good up there. We won up there a few times, but we don't seem to win by a big score. If you look at some of the big teams in this country, Spurs have put 6 past them up there. Liverpool put 5 past them. City put 6 past them. I think Chelsea put 4 past them once as well. So a lot of the big teams have gone up there. Big clubs have gone up there and actually walloped them in their rubbish period, which is the last since Ferguson left. But we're the only big club not to have done it. We've gone up there. We might have won. We might have scored a couple of goals, but that's about it. Normally it's 1-0 or it's a draw. Or we might get to. We might win 2-1 or something like that. But it'd be very nice if we could go up there. I know they're looking a bit new, and they've got some good players. And Amarin, a lot of people reckon that he might be one of the first managers to get sacked. But it'd be good if we could go up there, and because when we were down in the dumps ourselves and our banter years, say like 15 years ago, I remember they beat us 8-2 at their place, and they came to the Emirates and beat us 3-1 once. I remember, that day when David Raya made about 1,000,000 saves, and so I think we should go up there. I would love us to go up there and win by at least 3-0, a 3-0 or even a 3-1. But you see, if Gokrich can get on the score sheet. If we could score an early goal and we're playing well, we could do it. Because it's not the Man United of old. We could do it, but we don't have that confidence because it's not something we've done before. It's not something we usually do anyway. So let's see what happens if we can actually pull it off, and if we could take it from there. But but I'm going for 1-1 at this moment in time. If we'd got as I said, that winger like Rodrigo, I would have fancied us. Man United are going to be, because they're going to be, a lot of people are saying that they're going to play defensively. I'm not sure about that. I think they'll come for Arsenal. I think they're trying to attack us. I think we'll go up there looking to, I reckon we'll probably play as a typical away side. We've got to be looking to hit them the counter, but I think they'll be playing, they'll keep the ball a lot. We've got a better midfield than them, so we ought to keep the ball better than they do for longer periods. But I just got to feel because of the home side, it's their first game of the season. They've got some new players in the team. I could see them trying to attack us. They want to get off to a very good start, and I think at the first opening periods of the match, I think they'll be the better side. And I think we'll settle into the game a bit more. I actually think we might score the first goal, but I think they will equalise, and then it'll be a very tight match towards the end of the game. I could see something like that happening. I could see something like that happening. this person come to the door. I can see something like that happening. So we'll see what happens and how things progress and so on. Um, Arteta's going to improve on his in-game management. A lot of the fans have been very critical of Arteta, saying that in in-game management he's poor, and he is. I've said that myself. He needs to know when to make substitutions, if he's going to switch formations, when to do it. Don't leave it for the last sort of like 15 minutes. You can make it half time. You can even make half time subs. I don't think I've ever remember him making a half time sub. Maybe so a handful of times. Sometimes you can make half time substitutions. You don't have to wait until the last 15, 20 minutes to do that. You can even make substitution in the first half. I've seen great managers like Pep Guardiola do that, Jose Mourinho do that, Jurgen Klopp do that. You know, Sometimes you can make subs in after half time or in the first half if things ain't going to plan. So he's gonna start stepping up his game in terms of tactics and look at it and then take it from there. You know. I don't know what else to say. I think I will leave it at that. Of course, we're gonna do our review, you know, as we usually do. I bought something to the channel last season before we had that long layoff because of the injuries and illnesses to our members of staff, a couple of members of staff. And I bought something called a Big Match Review. I don't think I'm going to do it for this game because we're still not quite there yet. We're still a bit AWOL and so on. But I'll probably do it. Manchester City we've got coming up in about I think 3 weeks time. I don't know if we could do it for the Manchester City game. We've got Liverpool coming up as well. But I may not. We may not do the big match preview until later on in the season. Maybe the return. Obviously, when the return fixture of this game, Manchester United, we could do it for that game and some other games. But I will let you know when. Of course, we'll be on air posting. I'll let you know when we actually come to that conclusion where we're gonna start previewing the big matches. So the top six. So when we play against Spurs, obviously, Man United, again, we'll be away this time when we play at home this time. This is away. When we play against Liverpool, I don't know if it'll be this time or the second game, the corresponding fixture. But you know when, and when we play against Chelsea, I'm not going to put Newcastle in it just yet, I don't think. But certainly Man United, Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Spurs. Because Spurs are our local rivals. So I put Spurs in it. So it's only really about 5 teams, so it'll be 10. But I won't do it for this game. And I don't think I'll probably do it for the City game because City is coming up in a few. So too is Liverpool. They've got a very hard start, so it won't be easy. And don't forget to like the videos. You're not liking the videos, so what's going on? Don't forget to like the videos, subscribe to the channel for more Arsenal content. And we're going to be doing a lot more content. Even though the intros are not there at the moment because the guys because when we had that layoff in December, we took down the what do you call it there? We took down the intros and the outros, and we took down some of the logos, some of the graphics. So I'm gonna go back. I managed to save some of them, so I'm gonna go back and try and do it out. I'm gonna try and probably update it a bit, and do some of my own, thumbnail designs. But the main guys of the channel, those guys have got they're the experts. I mean, I'm quite good, but they're seasoned pros, And we've got another guy in the team as well, and he's going to start doing some of the thumbnails down the line as well. So you're going to see some changes to the channel. Also, the logo, the channel logo, we're going to change that as well. We might even come up with a couple of the channel logos, so you're going to see all that down the line. So look out for these things. And again, we apologise for 9 months off, but we explained to you why. I'll probably not waffle on too much, but it's been a long time since we posted until we posted yesterday. So, we're here to talk. We're here to talk. We need to also do some live streams. We know that we've got that. Don't worry, we've got that in the pipeline. But where we are, because we actually moved location. That's another thing. Again, we also moved from where we was before. We're no longer in the old premises we was before. We moved about 4 months ago. So the Wi-Fi where we've moved to is not as strong. So we're going to upgrade. We're going to get a different broadband. We're going to upgrade the broadband and get something faster. Because the one we was using at the old place is very slow. So we need to get a quicker broadband. So I went to sort that out yesterday. So I'm going to go back again on Friday to see if we can get it installed so that we could do proper live streams. When we were doing live streams at the old address, it was very slow. It was kind of like, it was like, it was stuck. it was up and down. It was like frozen. The screens were frozen. It was bogging, and it just was it just wasn't professional, and it turned a lot of people off from watching the channel. But we need to get, because we want to see you, we want to hear you. I'm sure you want to hear us. We want to give you some live interactions and so on. So enjoy the game if you're going up there. If you're up there already, enjoy it. You know, hopefully you enjoy a win out of Arsenal. We can get 3 points because Liverpool won 4-2 against Bournemouth on Friday, and Manchester City walloped Wolves last night at Molineux. And Man City are my actual favourites to win the league this season. I said it before the game. I said it from the start of the summer that I fancy City to win the league this year. So City are my favourites to win it. And I'm going to do a prediction table very soon, maybe sometime next week. As I said, there'll be a lot of content coming up now because we're back. It might not be the same as before because of the intros, but we'll see what we can do. And then give us maybe about a month, then we'll be back to normal. So you look after yourselves. And as I said, don't forget to keep liking the videos, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you after the match. Well, we'll be sometime in the week, Monday or Tuesday, when we do a preview or do a review of the match. So you take care of yourselves. Adios. Peace out.